And welcome back, everyone, to the Bulldog Blitz Football Radio Show, presented by Two Hats Ranch. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you, and we're joined now by Ferris State University football co-defensive coordinator Tony Annese, the other Coach Annese. And Tony, first of all, welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me, Rob.
What's it been like here with this team? And obviously the defense has been playing well here over the course of the season.
Yeah, man. Guys are locked in. We've kind of grown week by week. Guys are getting better. A lot of guys have gotten playing time throughout the season, so we're just locked in, focused day to day, getting better at practice, and letting it show game time.
Obviously coming off an exciting win over Michigan Tech, and really both units on both sides of the ball, along with special teams, all had really good ball games against Michigan Tech.
Yeah, I think all facets of the game showed up on Saturday. We defended the pass well. The kid threw the ball 50 times. I thought our guys, we prepared well throughout the week. We adjusted during the game, and our defense played well. Offense, obviously scoring 51 points gives you kind of a boost, and they did a great job just scoring explosive plays, making things happen. Obviously, Trinidad had a heck of a game. So,
obviously, you work with the defensive backs on the back end of the defense. Just having some of those guys back, guys that have played a lot of football, Justin Payout, Leno Smith, Jacarvis. What's it like having those guys in terms of the leadership on the back end?
It's huge, man. You always want guys that have experience, and we have that in the back end, guys that were on the national championship team in 2022. Jacarvis is a shutdown corner. He's got a ton of talent. Long, physical, fast, can really play man-to-man. And then Justin, who's obviously a guy that, I lean on in the secondary to be a leader. He's little, but he's got a heart of a lion, and he gets after it, competes at a high level, and Lento has been a great asset for us in the transfer portal last year. So,
and talk about those corners, with Alston Ware, and you mentioned Jacarvis Alexander, because when you guys played Michigan Tech, they had three outstanding receivers. They have an experienced quarterback, and your guys really seem to take on that challenge.
Yeah, I think they get excited for it. When a team shows on film that they like to throw the ball around, and we got a secondary that's hungry to compete, it's great. And all those guys that we have in the back end want to show their skills and show out their talent, and to do that against a team that throws the ball over the field, it's a privilege for those guys. So they're ready for it, man. They're excited for that challenge.
And then what about, Justin Payout? He's kind of quietly just really been putting together just a great year back there. I mean, starting right out of the gate, week 0 against Pitt State, and he's just kind of kept going. And obviously coming into the season, you guys had high expectations for him.
Yeah, he's a good player, man. Really good player. I'm hard on him. He knows I'm hard on him. I expect a lot from him because he's a guy that's been around and played for me and understands what the level of expectation I have, So he competes every day in practice. He works his tail off. He gets other guys going. Just his level of commitment, day in and day out to try and be his best. It's good to watch, man. It's good to watch.
What about for you guys? In front of your group, that linebacker group, getting Connor Nearback had to be really great for you guys defensively.
Huge. I mean, Connor's a great player, one, but two, like we've talked about before, he's a vocal leader. Guys respect him and the way he goes about his business. And he's just a team guy, and he's all about the team. To have him back now, especially in these types of games where he's been here before, he understands what it takes to win these big games. It's huge for us, huge for our defense.
And just talk about you guys as a defensive coaching staff, because, you go to practice and, you guys are in your respective areas, but you have to bring it all together for a game. And just talk about, how the defensive coaches, number one, how you guys really work together. And you guys obviously are working toward a shared goal, even though you guys individually sometimes are splinter off in practice, but there's really a shared goal for you guys to produce a great overall defense.
Absolutely. I think that's it's kind of shown in the past. We've built a new structure to the defense, and everybody's been committed to be great in different aspects. I think we have great chemistry in the defensive staff room. I think everybody gets along, and everybody brings a different component to practice, to the film room, to every part of it, honestly. And we got great coaches in that room. So it's I think it speaks for itself, the product that we put on the field. Guys are committed to being great and work their tails off to get the best product out on the field. And yeah, that's about it.
And just talk about vocal leadership, especially out on the field. And who are some of your guys out there that are the vocal leaders at all three levels that are really out there just kind of taking charge and kind of setting that tone?
Right. I think tone setter, one, speaks for itself. I mean, he's a little bit of a wild card sometimes, but Michael Edwards, man, gets after it. He plays physical, super physical in practice. He sets the tone. You got other guys. I mean, Lento's good leader in the back end. Our corners are quiet. Carvis and Alston are pretty quiet guys. They handle their business. You got Connor, Sefa. Those two guys get after it in the linebacker room. And then up front, you got a bunch of guys that kind of give their 2 cents. But Victor Nelson is a guy that everybody looks to as a leader up front because the way he goes about his business on a daily basis. He's not much of a talker, but the way he handles himself, people kind of look at him as the guy, you know.
And just talk about how all 3 levels, you guys have to click all 3 levels, because if there's a breakdown at a level, it affects the entire defense.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, if your line is getting pressure and they're making things tough on your quarterback, and that helps the other 2 levels, and vice versa. There are things that you guys can do that helps. Just talk about how all 3 have to really come together.
I mean, that's the biggest part of defense. You know, the biggest part of defense is having 3 levels that can play together and win ball games. And obviously, me playing in the secondary and coaching the secondary, it's huge. I stress to our guys covering. You know, covering is super important. But we got guys up front that want to get after the quarterback. We got linebackers that do a bit of both. I think having all 3 levels together, understanding that, you know, we got to play coverage sometimes. We're trying to get after the quarterback. Everybody's got a role in this team. If we do our 1/11th, we're going to be really successful.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then on a totally different subject, does it ever get weird having 3 Anthony Anneses?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm thinking about it just at the airport. I mean,
I heard it a ton. It's weird having an uncle with the same name as you, so everybody thinks he's your dad. But no, it's different, man. It's unique, but no, it's a good family fit. You're a good family atmosphere. So,
what about that? And just speaking about that family, before we kick it back to Rob, and you know, obviously, it's a great family, and certainly a great football family, but just a great glue family. We were down in Detroit, unexpected overnight trip, and I think like almost your entire family was there. It felt like it was just like so many people all over the place there. You guys really are a tight family.
Yeah, tight family, man. The Anneses, just a football family. Like I said, my dad, all his brothers, they played college football. They love the game. My dad, all my uncles have coached in some capacity throughout their life. They just love the game, and it starts with, obviously, my uncles talked about my grandpa and kind of starting the coaching thing, and got everybody into it. But everybody loves football. Everybody's super knowledgeable. That's kind of where I got it from.
Toney, maybe just talk about your experience as a player playing at Central Michigan and how that's maybe helped you now as a coach here at the college level.
Absolutely. I think, I played 4 years at Central Michigan, started there, had some success on the field, and just kind of learning what it takes to be a good football player, handle your stuff off the field, having a certain type of leadership, understanding what it takes to grind and work hard. And then the relatability aspect, I can kind of relate to these kids because I've been there and done that. And I'm trying to see it from their point of view, give them insight on how to make plays and what to see in certain coverages. Haven't played quarterback in the past as well. Just trying to help my guys out as much as possible.
Obviously, this week, a big game taking on Grand Valley State. But if you're a player, this is the type of game you like to play in and really get up for.
Absolutely, man. I think kids are excited. You don't got to wake them up for this one. They're ready to go. It's a huge game, number 1 versus number 3. We lost to them twice last year. Obviously, beat them on our way to a national championship in 22. It's been back and forth recently, but these kids are ready to go. Practicing hard all week, and hopefully, come Saturday, the proof is in the pudding.
On the defensive side, going back to when you first got here several years ago, maybe just talk about the improvements that have been made defensively and how much this defense has really grown to become one of the elite defenses in the country.
Absolutely. I think all of us, we're together. All the coaches and the defensive staff, I saw what it was when I came in here originally and kind of sat back and watched it my first year. And then my second year kind of grew into a role of kind of structurally moving things around and trying to improve on what they already had. And I think we've done a good job each season getting better at things that we had weaknesses in. So whether it's structurally, positionally, whatever, we've gotten better each year and try and put the pieces together to be the best we can be.
Obviously, on the defensive side, you work closely with Coach Hodges. Maybe talk about that relationship and how you two get along to really help call the defense.
Yeah, no, he's a great coach, man. We get along. He's like a brother to me. Kind of gave me the reins here, you know what I mean? Kind of brought me in and let me kind of do my thing, and it's been great to have him, as a peer and help me blossom in my career. But he's a great coach, does a great job, great relatability with the kids as well. We're kind of like yin and yang in the way we coach. But no, he's a great coach, and I think all the guys on the defensive staff, we come in here, we got to shout those guys out because, Coach Caserta, Coach Tessman Smith, Coach Hodges, Coach Tyler Shreve, and all the young guys that help out. We have a really good unit, really solid unit, and everybody cares. Everybody cares and wants to get the best out of our guys, and it shows up every Saturday. So hopefully that continues.
Maybe away from football, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you like to do kind of away from the coaching aspect?
I love the golf. I love the golf when it's nice out. So I like to get out in the summertime and have some fun with that. But just hang out with friends, man. Enjoy family time. Really close to my family as well. So like to be outside and travel a little bit when I can. But obviously the life of a coach is it's pretty continuous. So
how's your golf game rank against your fellow coaches? Where you at?
The coaches, I know the defensive coaches don't golf. So I'd like to say, other than Coach Shreve. Coach Shreve does golf. So me and him got to get out there and see. But I know my uncle, he likes to golf, and he'll say he's 10 times better than me. But we're going to have to see about that.
Pickleball?
No, he'll be in pickleball. I'm not a pickleball guy.
Well, Tony, thanks for the time, and best of luck Saturday night for what should be an exciting game at Grand Valley State.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more of the Bulldog Blitz Football Radio Show presented by Two Hats Ranch after this break.